Hey everyone, this is Ryan coming to you live on Instagram and Facebook with our Certified Aromatherapist, Karen.
Hi.
And Karen is here with me today, and she's going to show us how to make one of our amazing recipes out of our Essential Oils for Love collection. Now, our Essential Oils for Love collection is featured in our February subscription boxes. So if you like what Karen is about to show you, and you are not already one of our amazing subscribers, go to GodOilSupplies.com, sign up for either our Oiler or Builder box, and we are going to ship these labels and recipe sheets directly to you. And so today, what are you going to make for us, Karen?
Okay, we're getting the beautiful body butter.
Yes.
There we go. This is one of my favorite recipes for body butter. I've tried a lot. I'm gonna get it going so we can actually show you, and then I'll tell you the proportions and everything, but we got to get this in the water so we can actually show you what it should look like.
And Karen has been working long and hard to try to get this demo ready for you guys. And so thanks again for watching us on Facebook and Instagram. So if you are watching us live, always like, comment, share our videos, and let us know you're around. Okay, so what are we doing?
Okay, so first off, we're using a double boiler. I like to use Pyrex and just hang it from the pot. That way, it's just you dump the recipe in, and you don't have to keep on transferring bowls, and it has an easy pour spout. So first off, that's how I like to do double boilers. It's my favorite tip. So I already measured this out. This is a very forgiving recipe. So a lot of times with recipes, you need to actually weigh the material, but since this one is so forgiving, you can just go ahead and use like half a cup and teaspoons, and it all works out.
So what you're saying is even I can make this recipe?
You can make this. It's kind of no fuss, no muss, so it's a really easy one. So coconut oil. So this is not fractionated coconut oil. It's the actual coconut oil that solidifies and gets hard. This is, you're using a fourth a cup of that. Shea butter, which comes in a big block. So this is what shea butter looks like. So you will be using a knife or a fork to cut pieces off. And this you'll be using a half cup of. You can even break it apart, but pretty much use a knife.
Use a knife. Pro tip.
Pro tip. There you go. Your first pro tip. And then some benefits to, there's a lot of different butters out there you can use. You can use coconut or cocoa butter. You can use mango butter. I particularly like shea and coconut because they're forgiving, and they kind of have more of although a little nutty aroma. They like cocoa. It really smells like chocolate, and sometimes I don't like my lotions and butters to smell like chocolate. So that's just personal preference, but that is a choice. Mango butter is really nice too. That has a nice subtle aroma. Not as nutty, but it is nice. You might ask why you would even bother whipping a body butter. And one of my visuals is because these all solidify, they are really hard to apply. So you have to kind of work it in your skin pretty good to make it even get in, to absorb. So when you whip it, it's kind of the best of both worlds. You get that nice thick butters that help absorb into the skin and get rid of dry skin, but you don't, especially for those elbows and knees and legs, some of those rougher areas, but you don't have to work it in and have to fight for it. Well,
and it's always best to, anything we put on our body, I think it's always best if you just make it yourself. That way you know what's in it. All the ingredients are all natural. Doesn't have all these ingredients in it that you can't even pronounce.
Yeah.
So that is why making these DIY homemade body butters is awesome.
Yeah, I mean this is so natural. I mean we'll have 4 ingredients: the essential oils, the jojoba oil eventually, the coconut oil, and the shea butter. I mean, you can't get more simple than that. This is getting really close, you guys. It's mixing together. It's getting really liquidy. It's where we want it. So
We're working on it. It's working. I promise. It's coming along.
We're getting there.
Just stick with us because you're not gonna want to miss this. Come on, do your thing, little buddy. Okay.
Okay, so a little bit. So I'll just go over the ingredients so you have that one more time. So this one will be a half cup shea butter, a fourth a cup of coconut oil, a fourth of a cup of jojoba oil, a teaspoon of vitamin E, and then we're going to add some essential oils into it. And that is it. That's going to be it.
So let's just say I want to make this at home.
Yeah.
And I don't have jojoba oil.
Oh,
can you substitute?
You certainly can. This recipe really leans to substitution. What you have at home will work. This already has coconut oil, but if you had fractionated coconut oil, because that doesn't solidify, you just need to make a whipped butter. You just need to make, on top of having oils or butters that solidify, you need to make sure that to have a carrier oil that stays liquidy. That creates and helps maintain the whip texture.
Yeah, and you're going to want to see the final product because it is awesome. It's awesome to use.
It is my absolute favorite one. I've tried a lot of them, and this one is by far the easiest to do, and honestly feels so good. Like in winter, I always have the worst dry hands, and this has been the first one that I've used, and I'm like, oh, my hands don't look 90 today, so that's...
and that's another thing about us here at God Oil Supplies is not only do we have Karen, who is a certified aromatherapist, but we test all of our recipes. We go through lots of trial and error, so you guys don't have to. And that's so right. All the content that we have in all of our subscription boxes, all of our recipe sheets, I mean, we really take all the hard work and guesswork out of your essential oil recipes.
Yeah, I mean, how many times have you gone on Pinterest and seen so many different recipes, different varying ideas and ingredients, and sometimes it gets overwhelming to know which ones work the best, and
sometimes they just don't work out at all.
And sometimes they don't work out at all. They are epic fails. So I have had some epic fails.
Right, just because it's on Pinterest doesn't mean it's true.
Yeah, just because it's on Pinterest, just because it looks good. But this is actually one of my favorite subscription boxes because it's all about self-care and care of the ones that you love. There's massage oil. There is a bath soak. One of my other favorites is the sugar scrub in this one. But all of these are all the other ones are a little bit easier to do and take a little less time. So that's why I wanted to show you the body butter one, because there are some little tips and tricks that will make it easier to do at home.
Yeah, and so again, if you haven't joined one of our subscription boxes, we have an oiler box, which is great for personal use. So if you like using essential oils and you just need to you want to make up these recipes for yourself, then go and get our oiler box, and we'll ship these amazing recipes and labels to you automatically every month. But if you love essential oils and you're trying to grow your essential oil business, look into our builder box. We send you a dozen recipe sheets, a dozen label sheets, and we give you a lot of extra tools that you'll need to share.
Yep, really cute labels.
And we give you the tools you need to share your essential oils with those around you and grow your business. Oh, it is getting so close.
So close.
It's really close, I promise. It's worth the wait. Worth the wait. We're getting really close. So... just remember, if you are watching this, please comment. If you have any questions, throw it in the comments. We might not answer your questions while we're live on Facebook and Instagram, but we'll always go back and take a look at all your questions. We want to make sure that all your questions are answered. So if you have any questions, please let us know. And again, always like and share these videos. We really appreciate it. All right, so we're getting
there.
We're getting.
I'm going to take this out. Don't want to burn myself, so I'm going to take this right out.
Be safe.
Be safe.
Okay.
Okay, so you want this to cool down a little bit. You're going to start noticing as it cools down, it's going to start sticking to the sides a little bit. That's okay. It's just in that cool down process.
Okay, why don't let's see if you want me to hold it up so people can actually see? Oh, there we go. So you can kind of see how all those solids just turn into liquid.
Completely liquid. Excellent. Those two have mixed together so nicely together. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and just pour in the jojoba.
Okay, and that was a 1/4 cup of the jojoba oil.
Yep.
Okay.
Give that a little mixture. Now, I know that already that that the vitamin E dropper will pull out a teaspoon. So I'm going to be getting a teaspoon of the vitamin E and adding that to it.
Perfect. Vitamin E. Awesome for the skin.
Very good
Must
for the
have.
skin. Yeah. That shea butter feels so good on the skin. The vitamin E just nourishes it. You're going to get a lot of hydration. Okay. This is cooled down just slightly. You don't want to, one of the tricks is that you want to make sure with your essential oils that you're putting it in the mixture once it's cooled down slightly. You don't want it that high temperature, for the essential oils. So my other trick is when I do recipes, I pretty much turn all of my essential oils tops into droppers. So much easier. Saves time. Counting is easier. It's more predictable. How fast the drops come out. Replacing these with droppers is a game changer when you're doing recipes.
Well, and sometimes you get some of those thick oils.
Oh,
and it takes you just as long to boil water as it does getting those thick oils out.
And thin oils too. Thin oils, sometimes you pour it and it's like, you just got 10, 20 drops and you only meant for 3.
That's
so,
true.
So either way, this gives you just that extra control. So I'm going to be using today geranium and copaiba, and I'm going to be putting 10 drops of the geranium.
Okay, and I promise, even though you can't see it, it's happening. The drops are in there.
Drops.
Essential oils.
Smells so good.
Love them.
And then copaiba, you can't beat copaiba for this for your skin. It just has anti-aging qualities to it. It's so nourishing. It can help even out skin tones. I mean, copaiba is the #1 for skin.
And right now it is so popular. And you know what? And people just need to learn how to use it correctly because it's just awesome.
It's true. Okay, here's another 10 drops. I'm gonna go for 12. There we go.
All right. Extra 2 drops. Extra 2 drops per vial.
And there I have the control because I have my dropper.
Get the droppers. ScottOilSpice.com.
They're the best. Okay, just give that a little stir. Now, this is where the recipe takes a little, the creation of this takes a little longer because you want this liquidy goodness to solidify. So to do that, you can leave it on the counter. It will solidify on the counter, but it'll take much longer. I put it in the refrigerator so that it gets nice and solid, like a nice solid. You can pound on it. It's not moving. And then my other tip is that this has this nice pour spout. I like to put it into whatever mixing bowl that I'm going to be using, like whether it's a stand-up mixer or whether it's a handheld mixer. I want to, in this liquid state, put it into whatever bowl I'm going to put in the refrigerator to cool it down.
Great idea.
So I've already done this in here, so it's already been in the refrigerator. I'm going to show you, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this very well, but I can describe it. When it's been in the refrigerator, it can get pretty solid. This has been sitting out for a while, and it kind of looks like Vaseline a little bit. So the texture really has a Vaseline look. Let's put that in there. Okay, and then, so once you've had, an hour is pretty much the longest it needs to stay in the refrigerator to solidify. It's all going to get to be, the edges will solidify first, and then the center will do it. So once the center is kind of nice and started to set up a little bit, then you can go ahead and turn on the mixer.
All right, and that's my job. So we got the mixer here. We're going to whip it up. And so how long do you let it whip?
So it usually takes 10 whole minutes. We already did some whipping, so this needs a little bit extra to get to where we want it. So that 10 minutes will get it nice and fluffy, and Ryan will show you what it kind of creates those little peaks on the blender. Yeah. Twist the other way.
Twist the other way. Okay. All right, here we go. There we go. Oh yeah, look how.
So it's getting some nice little peaks. You can put that one in a little bit longer if you wanted, but that's pretty much what it's going to look like. It goes from that Vaseline look to a nice butter look.
I know, it makes you want to eat it. Don't eat it.
Don't.
But it looks delicious.
So here, at this point, we would transfer it into, Ryan, do you want to do the honors of transferring a little bit?
Absolutely. Let's see here. Well, here we go. We'll bring it over to you.
So just go ahead and put it right into...
Teamwork. Here we go.
Thank you.
Oh, that looks gorgeous. And trust me, you guys are going to want to try this recipe. Because
so good.
This, I mean, it took a few, a few versions of this to get it to where we like it. Because sometimes they just don't come out the way you want them.
Yeah, and there's, and personally, like, I used to make these, I used to leave it in the solid state because I thought it was so much effort to get to that whip state. And when I realized the time it saves putting it on my body in the moment, this is a time saver. So this, when it's in the hard state, you usually use the back of your fingernail and push, use your back of your fingernail to get some out of the tub. With this, it's nice and creamy. It goes on really easily. And because you're not fighting that hardened state, it just goes in super fast.
Do a close up here. I mean, look how whipped and creamy that looks.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So one of the other things is, like, it might feel like it's a little greasy in the beginning, but you just give it a minute or two, and then your body wants it, and so it'll just absorb it all in. It loves these butters.
Well,
got this awesome, beautiful containers with the labels so that you always know. I don't know if we can get closer on that label.
I can get closer on that label.
Do it, Ryan.
And just remember, all of our labels are essential oil proof, and so even if you get a little butter on your label, it will work out just fine. So there is our beautiful body butter label. And again, like I know I mentioned this, the subscription boxes. Now this recipe sheet and the labels are only available in this month's subscription box. Yeah. So go to God Oil Supplies and pick up your subscription box now.
I just thought I'd tell you a few other combinations that are fun to scent your oils. If you choose to substitute shea butter for cocoa butter, you have that nice chocolatey scent. You can put a few drops of peppermint in it, and that smells amazing. That smells so good. As always, peppermint has that cooling effect, so a lot of times people will like that for their legs, and if you have like restless leg syndrome, it can kind of be calming. Palmarosa is beautiful for the skin, as well as always lavender. So those are some of the tips.
Well, you heard it here first. I got all the spice. Thank you, Karen. Is there anything else you want to add? That's it.
Ask questions if you have them. That's right. That's it.
Yes, always ask questions. And we are here for you guys. If you have any questions, you can always send us a message, give us a call, email us at info@GodOilSupplies. We are here to help you guys use your essential oils.
We want to see you be successful.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. And so, again, this is our beautiful body butter. So share this with your teams, your groups, your neighbors. These make great gifts too.
Oh, such good gifts.
Yeah. So if you want to be like the #1 gifting neighbor ever, then make these homemade DIYs. Share it with your friends, families, and neighbors. They are going to love it.
They're going to love it.
Okay, so that is all we have for this week. So again, share this video with everyone. And until next week, everyone, take care. Have a good one.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.